So Xbox just delayed Fable again, and to no one's surprise, I'm sure. The reboot of one of Xbox's most beloved franchises has now slipped from its original plans, then to 2025, then to 2026, and now reportedly February 2027. Microsoft says it needs more time. Playground Games says it wants to make sure the game is ready. Xbox says they want to give it the spotlight it deserves, but here's the question nobody can stop asking. Was Fable actually delayed because of GTA 6? When you look at Microsoft's release schedule, when you look at the state of Xbox as a platform, and when you look at the absolute nuclear bomb that Rockstar is about to drop on the industry, this delay starts looking like a lot more than just we need polish. And that's what we're talking about today, because I think this announcement tells us something much bigger about Xbox, Microsoft, AAA game development, and where this entire industry is headed. Fable was announced in 2020. Think about that for a second. We're talking about a game that was revealed nearly 7 years before its current release date. And it's not like Xbox revealed it 6 months before launch. No, they announced it with a cinematic teaser, then waited, and then we got another trailer, and then another trailer, and then a release window, and then a delay, and then another delay, and now another one. This is becoming a pattern for Xbox. How many times have we seen massive reveals years before games were actually ready? Bethesda, I'm looking at you, cough cough. State of Decay 3, Fable, Everwild, don't even get me started about Perfect Dark. Even Halo Infinite ended up needing an extra year after that infamous gameplay reveal. I'm looking at you, Craig. At some point, you stop asking, when is this game coming out? And start asking, why are they announcing these things so early? Because all it does is create hype that slowly transforms into skepticism. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. That is GTA 6, the biggest game release of the decade, possibly the biggest entertainment launch in human history. And no, that isn't hyperbole. Every publisher on earth is terrified of this thing. If GTA 6 launches in a given month, every other game publisher immediately starts looking for the nearest emergency exit, because GTA isn't just a game, it's an industry event. It's a fucking black hole. Everything around it gets pulled in. We've already seen reports and speculation suggesting publishers have been trying to avoid launching major games anywhere near GTA 6. Multiple outlets covering the Fable delay specifically connected it to avoiding a collision with Rockstar's release schedule. And honestly, that makes complete sense. Imagine spending hundreds of millions of dollars making a giant fantasy RPG, then just launching it 2 weeks before GTA 6. Congratulations, nobody's talking about your game anymore. Every YouTube thumbnail is GTA, every Twitch stream is GTA, every gaming headline is GTA, every conversation is GTA. You don't win that fight. Nobody wins that fight. Here's where I think people are oversimplifying things. Do I think GTA 6 influenced the decision? Absolutely. Do I think GTA 6 is the reason for the delay? Not entirely, no, because if Fable was generally finished, if the game was basically done, if Playground Games was sitting on a polished masterpiece, Microsoft probably ships it anyway. The real issue is that Xbox suddenly has an excuse, a very convenient excuse. If development needs another 6 months, if systems need more work, if performance isn't where they want it, if the game still needs major polish, then GTA 6 becomes the perfect cover. Instead of saying, yeah, we're behind the schedule, you can just say we want to give Fable the space it deserves. That sounds much better, right? And it might even be true, but I suspect both things are happening simultaneously. The game probably needs more time, and GTA 6 gave Microsoft a perfect reason to take that time. Because this isn't just another game getting delayed, this is Fable, one of Xbox's legacy franchises, one of the few properties that can genuinely generate excitement outside of the hardcore Xbox audience. And Xbox desperately needs that right now. Not because Game Pass is failing, not because Xbox hardware is disappearing tomorrow, but because Xbox has spent years trying to convince people that the future is coming, and eventually the future has to arrive. For years we've heard about the pipeline, the roadmap, the studios, the acquisitions, even the investments. Microsoft bought Bethesda, Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, and assembled one of the largest first-party networks in gaming history. And yet the perception problem remains. A lot of gamers still feel like Xbox is always talking about what's coming next rather than what's happening right now. So every delay becomes symbolic, pretty much. Every delay reinforces that narrative. Fair or not. And then there's Playground Games, which is fascinating because this isn't some inexperienced studio. This is the team behind Forza Horizon, one of the most consistently excellent franchises in gaming history. People trust Playground. That's actually one reason expectations for Fable become so enormous. The thinking was, if anyone can revive Fable, it's these guys. But there's a massive difference between making an open world racing game and making an open world RPG. A racing game doesn't need hundreds of branching quests, complex NPC interactions, or dialogue systems, morality systems, economies, character progression, all the weird little details people expect from a modern RPG. And remember, this is the first Fable in over a decade. People aren't just expecting a good game, they're expecting the return of a legendary Xbox franchise. That's pressure. A ridiculous amount of pressure. You know what I think the biggest takeaway is? AAA game development is becoming unsustainable. Not financially, not yet, but creatively and logistically. Look at how long these games take now. 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, sometimes longer. Bethesda, I'm still looking at you. Entire console generations can pass before a franchise gets a sequel. That's insane. Imagine explaining that to someone in 2007. Back then, you can get multiple entries in a franchise during a single generation. Now, to be honest, when Skyrim came out, if you told me you'd have to wait over 15 years for the sequel, I wouldn't have believed you. Now, you might get one, maybe, if you're lucky, and every delay reinforces a growing fear. Our modern AAA games simply becoming too large to manage. Because Fable isn't the only example, it's happening everywhere. Budgets are exploding, development timelines are exploding, expectations are exploding, and eventually something has to give. There's another angle here. Fable isn't just an Xbox game anymore, it's launching on PlayStation 2. Think about how crazy that would have sounded 5 years ago. One of Xbox's most iconic franchises on PS5, and honestly, that changes everything because now Microsoft isn't just thinking about Xbox players, they're thinking about maximizing revenue, they're thinking about global reach, they're thinking about platform agnostic publishing, which means Fable carries even more expectation than even before. This isn't just a franchise revival, it's part of Microsoft's larger transformation from console manufacturer to software ecosystem. And if Fable underperforms, that conversation gets uncomfortable very quickly. This is the scary part because delays create expectations. Every delay increases pressure, every delay tells players this better be worth it. Look at what happened with Cyberpunk, look what happened with Starfield, and basically every massively anticipated game of the last decade. The longer people wait, the bigger the expectations become. By 2027, Fable won't just need to be good, it'll need to justify 7 years of anticipation, just like the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to somehow have to justify 15 plus years of development and anticipation. Maybe even more. And that's an incredibly dangerous position for any game, because no matter how good you are, reality rarely beats imagination. So was Fable delayed because of GTA 6? My answer is partly. I absolutely believe Microsoft wanted to avoid launching anywhere near Rockstar's monster release. Only a fool would voluntarily walk into that clusterfuck. But I also think the game probably needed more time, and GTA 6 gave Xbox the perfect opportunity to take it. The bigger story isn't the delay itself, it's what the delay represents. A company trying to prove its first-party strategy works, a beloved franchise carrying enormous expectations, an industry where development cycles keep getting longer, and a future where even billion-dollar publishers are rearranging their schedules around a single game. Because that's the real headline here. Not that Fable got delayed, it's that GTA 6 has become powerful enough that the rest of the industry is moving around it. And if that sounds crazy, just you fucking wait until it actually launches. Rest in peace gaming industry, because Daddy Rockstar's in town.